Welcome to the Kimberlee Ponce channel. Bienvenidos, están muy bienvenidos aquí, como siempre. This is a video on kind of reevaluating when there's a delay in life, or if there's like not a win that, it's like basically a loss. Like it's not really a win in your eyes, so it's definitely more of a loss, but we try and keep it positive around here. So I say like not really so much of a win, and you're like, how do I see this as a win? Like how do I move on from this? Because I'm kind of just stuck on thinking that this is a huge failure, and I just made a mistake, and then it's kind of like a video too. Like you were going for the gain, and then you got the bruise. So it could have been like a physical injury, like that you sustained, or it could have been your ego that was bruised. Like you were going for the gain, you got the bruise. You're going for the win in your mind, you had it up here, but something unforeseen event occurred, or even like a physical injury, or like somebody bruised your ego type of thing, like, or like there were circumstances that like made you feel more susceptible to feeling like more likely to be depressed, type of like you feel like just bruised. Like I'm kind of using it as like a concept in the video, not necessarily like the definition of the word, if that's all right. I'm cracking myself up. I don't know what's funny about that. I think it's cool that I like to think that there's no limitations, and just like I love the freedom on this platform to be creative and create content, and I really absolutely enjoy it. This is my third attempt at making this video. The first one was down. It's so funny. Like sometimes I'm telling you, like sometimes like it really feels like the resistance from the enemy, like when I'm trying to put out words. But like I was trying to do it. I did a really cool like 20-minute film on the bench on the parkway underneath the lights, and there was some really like awesome stuff, but then there was just too much background, and then like people kind of like coming up and bugging, so I was like I kind of like had to throw that footage, and then like just a couple different like attempts of like not knowing how to like do the edits too, and the like I tried to do like download effects and stuff to try and edit that first video. So I was like, I'm gonna be like a YouTuber that like edits their videos. Like I'm getting to that point. I'm like, I'm gonna do it. And then I was like, and then like the whole like computer like freezed up after like downloading it, like download effects, like edit in Google Photos or nothing too crazy. But then I was just like, let's just refilm. I'll learn to edit another day. Good times. So yeah, sometimes that delay in the pursuit that you're, totally like 100% chasing. Like there's something, people on this channel, you're chasing something, like you're led to the channel for a reason. This channel's about like protection for the chosen ones, and tips and what it's like in spiritual modern warfare and things along those lines. So you're led here for a reason. So whatever it is you're going for, if you're experiencing a delay, like take heart and please don't be like discouraged, like because maybe that delay is like I bet there's a silver lining of some sort, because sometimes we can be slowed down for one reason or another. So say like something is bruised on like physical body, or like there was a physical sustained injury, or like your ego was potentially bruised, or there was like something in the external like factoring that like made you feel more likely to be like depressed, like your spirit felt bruised, type of thing, like got knocked down, discouraged. That's kind of why I like to tell people, don't let them get you down. I love to say that because I love to say that in like exits and like saying goodbye and stuff, like because it's kind of true. Like it's kind of like you gotta like okay, I gotta keep that in mind. And that's another point to the video is attitude is everything, and it really is. The reason I said out is because I 100% hit my hip on a pillar today, like trying to like race to catch a train, and it was like kind of a thing. So I'm glad that That's what I was saying. I so appreciate the freedom on this platform to be able to like share like and be creative with like what's going on with my life and then infiltrate it into a message for the day and do a video. So I love that message because it's like I'm not letting it get me down. I'm using it towards as a good reason, and it's fueling me and channeling me into like 100% like new topics, new ideas. And so kind of what I was thinking is like this delay isn't necessarily bad. Like, you know, it's another opportunity. What it does for me is it allows an opportunity. I can reevaluate my current strategies of achieving the goals that I'd like to achieve, that I will achieve. And it also presents another opportunity to reevaluate my current goals along with my current strategies and see, like, are those the goals I want? Because I think what today kind of taught me is I was like flying 1,000 miles an hour and just, you know, like it kind of forced me to slow down. And what is it that I like want to go for? What? It's like kind of like when you get like, you know, like stop for a moment in life, like you get the physical bruise or you get the spiritual bruise or you get the ego bruise, whatever it is, that moment of like, you know, like, oh, like a wake up like moment, like, okay, like what it like kind of snapping out of autopilot is kind of like what I'm saying, is like that's kind of what like something can do to you when it's like kind of like a bruise or like a unsuspected event that occurs, takes you out of that autopilot and like you kind of wonder about things for a second. You're like, huh, is this like where I want to be? Is this what I want to do? Is this like, where do I want to put my energy? And like, this is like interesting. So like that's the best way I can see going through something like that is like reevaluating, okay, like, well, now I have this time, like I have to sit and rest or like and recover, and now I can use this time to be like, let's double check, let's have a meeting with myself and say, where do I want to be in 5 years? And what I'm doing today and tomorrow, is that going to lead me to be where I want to be in a year from now? And then use that same line of questioning and methodology for 5 years from now, 10 years from now. You want to have a mortgage paid off. You want to put the hot tub in. You want to I personally want to learn a little bit more of the piano, and that's also like how I'm thinking of making this a positive is sitting. I have to like sit in ice a little bit, you know, for the next like couple like I don't know, for the next little bit. And I'll use the time to learn the piano a little bit more. So maybe like there's something in this delay that you're experiencing. Maybe you didn't sustain even a bruise, or even there's nothing necessarily that occurred, but it's a delay, like kind of like the same ideology and concept of bruise. Like there's some type of delay that occurred, like some type of blockage that happened on your way to your goal. And maybe this delay isn't, you know, actually my academic advisor, she says, shout out to Bree, delay isn't denial. So we're all on our own journey, absolutely, and you're in control. Yes, this thing might have happened that knocked you off your feet, maybe quite literally, or maybe spiritually, or maybe like ego, you know, because we're human and we've all been through this thing called life, so things like that can happen. Maybe it's not denial towards your goals and your best self. Maybe there's this other chance that you're getting now because you're being forced to slow down. Like maybe you feel yourself entering a phase of depression, and I think that's absolutely normal and perfectly like reasonable. And maybe you recognize it. That's good. Like, and then you can think, okay, how can I mitigate this? Like how I'm feeling it, and then also using that time. They say that a little bit of depression like is somewhat good for humans because it slows us down to an extent. It's not all that bad. What it is it's just like you're kind of taking that time to process. So, but maybe like even like I guess my channel is like definitely about like how to always be positive and keep that mindset, because everything that's going on here, it's gonna be like reflected right back out to you, and it's also gonna be what responds in your body. So you're in control of this, and then you're also in control of like literally what's occurring right in front of you, because we literally create our realities in front of us. So yeah, maybe it's not denial. It's this delay that you're experiencing. Maybe it's again like the opportunity to reevaluate current strategies, current goals, and a time to give back gratitude for thanking God for the progress you've made thus far. Maybe it's not so bad that you gotta sit down and rest and recover for a little bit. Maybe you've been meaning to practice some calligraphy. Maybe you've been meaning to write that pen pal who lives in Hawaii, but you just haven't picked up the pen, so to speak. Maybe it's a good thing that you got to get used to ice because you know in the future you're going to start taking ice baths. You know, build yourself up. Build what is in your current space, what your current resources are, and use that to positively forecast your future in your mind. Like, we are so powerful. You know what I'm saying? Like, we are so powerful. We literally create our realities in front of us. Yes, there are things that are like unforeseen that come out, and like we have to, like, that's chaos. Like, that's part of it's like the one of the orders of the world, like, or laws of the universe, like chaos. So we have to like mitigate it to the best we can. And so it's no surprise even if like something comes out and delays us. Like, that's, you know, I've been actually wanting to do a video on something about the margin of error. So actually, this is good that we're filming now, and more case in point of like that first video didn't work out, and that second video didn't work out that I tried. That was like a 6-minute film. But it's good because now I'm getting to add in the margin of error, which is something I've been wanting to think about, and I've been wanting to share it on the channel, but now I get to infiltrate it. So basically, I was thinking how like you guys know like what I'm saying with margin of error, and like when you like say you like plan a business proposal and you want to develop and show a business proposal to a bank accountant and open up a loan and request $150,000 to open up a franchise, a sandwich shop, like in Florida, and it's successful elsewhere, and the desire is based off of like, you know, high foot traffic in this high tourism area, and it's forecasted financially to make you know, this much money by 6 months, and this is how much the expenses are, including salary and renting the space and all of the, of course, accommodation the kitchen needs, as well as hospitality needs. Like, there's all these things you can like plan and section off and put in boxes for what's gonna happen, like what needs to like run. But there's like in this business proposal, there needs to be like a margin of error, like a 10% margin of error for like these for this revenue to not be accrued by the end of 6 months. And this is our 10% margin of error. Like, if you were to tell a bank accountant, and like why you're like worthy of this loan, this business loan, is that you've like forecasted your numbers as such, so that even if this margin of error occurs, like we have, like the business has substantial financial backing via like a sponsor of some sort, or like another nonprofit, like say you were like an established business entrepreneur or something along those lines, and you want to like, you know, run the fact home that you can take out this loan and make profit and pay the bank back the loan. So you can do like your best presentation, you can give all these reasons and write the best business proposal with graphs and matrices and illustrations as to how everything's going to be reached, but there's always still going to be like this 10 to 20% margin of error, because there's chaos in the world and with stuff out of our control. So I was kind of thinking about how can I like we can go about our lives and like have these like pursuits of the day, even, or pursuits of our next 6 months, or pursuits of our dreams, but keeping in mind like a 10 to 20% margin of error. Yeah? Capiche? 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 Yeah? Know what I'm saying? And then in hand with that, like in the same token, in the same vein, in the same light, whatever transition we want to use here, because we nerdy, is it's great to take that same amount of like 10 to 20% and have that like percentage of grace and practice and have grace for yourself during this delay, during this time of recovery. Have compassion for yourself. It's okay to not be 100% healthy at this moment. You're working on it. You're doing what you need to do. You're making the phone calls. You're setting the appointments. You're making the alarms. You're responsible. And this delay can offer reflection time for yourself and be peaceful and full of tranquility. And this time of delay can be extra time for letting God speak to you. No distractions. Just, okay, God, I'm ready to hear your voice. Just asking how God is. I like to do that sometimes. Just like, I always wonder how he's able to like manage every single person in the world like instantaneously. But that's because he's like everywhere. So pretty cool. God is almighty and beautiful and beautiful and beautiful. So thanks for tuning in, you guys. Don't be discouraged. Please, I pray and you take heart in this time of like anything like didn't go your way today. Like, don't be discouraged. Like, keep that smile on your face. You have every reason to have that beautiful smile on your face. There's so much to be lived and there's so much to be done. So many great foods to try. So much awesome new music that's gonna come out. There's gonna be so many fun times ahead with friends and family. There's gonna be new fashion trends, new pop stars that come out. Like, the future is really gonna be like amazing. And if it's not super like vibing right now for you, like maybe you're not super like pleased with a certain aspect of your life, and that's perfectly reasonable and absolutely like we support the mindset that you're not absolutely 100% okay like here on this channel. So we're here for that, and like there's so much love from me to y'all in regards to like whatever life throws at you. Like, I hope that these videos bring clarity or healing or a giggle or a laugh from you or a chuckle, or like a perspective that hadn't been thought of before, and just mostly encouragement and like light, lots of positivity. Like, yeah, so attitude is everything. Don't be discouraged by the delay. Delay is not denial, and using this time of recovery to hear God's voice, and with that you cannot go wrong. Love you guys so much. Thanks for your patience as always, and you know what comes next. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay chosen. Peace.